downstairs, wake her up. Hey, I can't find my key. And then she swears at me, calls me all these sorts of names, and finds the key every time. So you should have just called her anyway. I actually thought maybe I need to call her. What an idiot. Yeah, like you're yelling. How is that going to help?
I don't know where I put my keys. I know you've been gone for like a week, but do you know where it is?
So,
she would have loved that.
I love that.
Well, what city is she in?
I think she's in New York right now. Right now she's
actually like midnight. That's what it sounded like.
Alright, so I know what I'm gonna do. Run up the steps. I open up Jackie's bedroom door. And she's sound asleep. Yeah, we're fine. She's just waking up. She sees me. She's laying right next to Ernie. It's still weird. She's like, it's a ghoul! I put my finger up my lips like, because I don't want her to wake up Ernie. Come here. Poor thing gets out of bed. She's squinting. She's walking out of the room. And I go, hey, problem. Yeah, I can't get to work. What? Yeah, I explained to her what I just explained to you, but quickly. Can I borrow her car? What? Why? Well, I just explained it to you. Oh, well, I need my car. Okay.
Here's what you do. You stay up and find the keys to your mom's car, and then you take her car. We pretend this never happened.
She goes, oh, here, I'll help you find the key. I go, okay, cool. All right, yes. I know you're going to find it for me. So, wander around. She's like running at a wall. She's sound asleep. I can't. I tell you what, you can be home before noon. Then you can take my car. I go, well, I will. Deal. Gives me the key. Make sure I still got it on me right now. I'm not going to let it out.
Oh, so okay, so that is the end of the story.
Well, yeah, pretty much. I went to work, and I get in this car, and it's such a chick car. Being that she's so madly in love with Ernie, she's got a little small Ernie from Sesame Street stuffed animal on the shifter. So I grabbed the Ernie shifter, peel out down the road. I did it. I got to work late. I mean, I made it on time for the start of the shift, but much later than what I would normally. I was like, oh God, this morning cannot get much worse. Truth. But there's more to that because there is. I go to the boys' room here, and then I go to. You have to have I have to have my wallet with me to get back into the radio station. The key. You're never supposed to take that out. My rule is never take the wallet out of my pants. Always have it in my wallet. And the one time today, it's on my desk. So I'm locked out of the radio station. Tony Yates morning show is on the air. And I'm like, what do? I got my phone on me. I call Pat, 25 feet away. Dad, hey, I'm locked out. Can you come get me? Yeah, I'll come get you. Were you thinking at that point, this guy is a mess, and this is our leader today?
I thought you were all the way downstairs.
No.
What would have been really funny is if you would have started looking for your wallet, and it turns out your wife's keys were in the back pocket the whole time. And that would have been the story.
So, no key. And that's actually the second. When we got the car last year, they gave me 2 of those fobs. They're now both missing. I've lost them both.
You lost both of them? Well, how did you lose the other one?
You know what it is? It's the fact that the house is in such disarray. It's trash it, clean it, trash it, clean it. And I think that skill set, which is not a quality, has rubbed off on my wife. And so now we're just a couple of slobs. I mean, it is so embarrassing how jacked things are in the house. I'm like, I have got to turn over a new leaf. I am so disorganized.
good?
I said, why are you leaving?
Well, I mean, it obviously wasn't his choice.
I know that, but I didn't want to just...
Hey, man, sad to see you leave. So, or are the rumors true you're leaving? Oh, no.
My question was fine, thank you.
So is he completely done with
The
this
thing is, I
season?
don't know anything other than it's not my choice.
Because I don't know, maybe
He was left on the... He still showed up on the unprotected list for the Rebels, which is weird because of these times.
they just mean they don't have an intention of bringing him back next year.
So, maybe giving him a little, maybe the biggest deal in draft, but no, I don't think that's going to happen.
That's
But,
I know we should talk about that later.
yeah, I think we should. I didn't put it on the list, but I think we should. Definitely. But he, so he's like, well, it's not my choice. And he goes, a lot of people are like, hey, are you retiring? And Mitch is like, I'm 25 years old. I'm not going to retire. But it's just a bummer. And he had a really good, he goes, it's just a part of the business.
Mhm.
It's just part of it. And, so sad to see him go.
Glad he got a few games in with the Wings. That's nice.
Yeah. So everybody came out. Man, there was a lot of people there. Those fans, I mean, they really packed Rosa Parks Circle. I mean, it couldn't have been more perfect of a setting because of the way Rosa Parks Circle is with step up. So it looked like a tiered level. It just looked like tiered people, a wall of people cheering them on. It was really, really great. And so the team came out. They had cases of beer in hand. And I think it had been by the time it was all said and done Saturday, it was like a several day in a row party. And so that was cool. And then afterwards, I was lucky enough to be invited to like an after party or
An after party.
well, it actually was a party at the Amway. And so you've got all the players there, the DeVosses, the Van Andels, Ryan Martin, everybody. Yuri Fisher was there. I had a really nice conversation for like half an hour with that guy. That guy, really? Well, what? He doesn't stop talking about hockey. He remembered talking on the air. He remembered Huge by name. He says to me, he goes, yeah, I talk occasionally to a guy named Huge. And I go, yeah, then he works at the radio station. So he knew my name, and he was just really, really cool.
A guy named Hugh.
And he's super outgoing. Nice guy. Because the time that we had him on, it was right after Mike Hill.
Yeah, and he was like in Croatia or something.
Sweden. Yeah. So he was really, really cool. Ryan Martin was really nice. And, they talked up the team. We ate. Everybody drank. It was a good time. Left. And then, before I left, Coach Ramsey, he sees me walking in like some food. He goes, hey, Patty.
There's a lot of people here scooping. Save some for the rest of us.
He goes, hey, Zaner.
Nice.
That's apparently my hockey nickname.
Zaner.
Hey, Zaner.
Well, don't they also add a Y at the end of it sometimes for hockey players?
You could.
So you could be Zadie. Hey, Zadie.
But I've only heard Zaner.
Zaner probably.
Hey, Zaner, we're having a party. I go, what? Like,
Yeah, I'm at the party.
he goes, no,